Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're suffering from and feeling acute symptoms of withdrawal from Nilly's apartment cup as we sit down to watch Daniel playing as the Malians in blue take on JorDan playing as the Lithuanians in red. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Why don't... Whoa. We've got a little bit of a moonwalking boar situation. Why don't we take a look at the civ matchup we'll be watching today? Now, the Malians classified as an infantry civilization, but that does not paint the full picture. To start with, sure, units out of a Malian barracks do get extra Pierce Armor 4 free starting in Feudal, capping out at +3 Pierce Armor 4 free in Imperial, and their unique unit is the Gebeto, a quick infantry unit with a strong ranged melee attack, but terrible HP and 0 base armor of any kind. But beyond their infantry, Malian cavalry can actually be upgraded to get a massive +5 attack boost, which is fantastic because even though the Malians don't get hussars or paladins, with this upgrade, their cavaliers actually have a higher attack than paladins, and their light cavalry and heavy camel riders are some of the strongest in the game. Now, if instead you choose to go the archer route, no, you'll have plenty of wood to train your army since all Malian structures, except for farms, I should say buildings except for farms, cost 15% less wood. Now, in order to help you get your military up and running as fast as possible, Malian gold miners do drop off 10% more gold, their universities work 80% faster, and their settlements can be much harder to raid because they can upgrade their town centers to fire 8 arrows when not garrisoned and up to 18 arrows when fully garrisoned compared to the usual 10. Now, pivoting to the bottom right of our screen, we've got JorDan playing as the Lithuanians, a civilization that, man oh man, loves its heavy cavalry. Lithuanian knights, cavaliers, paladins, all... a little bit of a situation developing here with these boars on the Lithuanian side of the map. Lithuanian knights, cavaliers, paladins, oh my god, again! Listen, I'm just trying to get through my civ introductions here. Okay, fires 3 full pumps into the boar, and that's what it takes to get this guy to chase you. So frickin' be it. In any event, Lithuanian knights, cavaliers for the third time I'm trying to get through this. Paladins all get a free attack boost for every relic they collect, up to a maximum of +4 for 4 relics, and this feature also applies to their unique unit, the Latest. This is basically a heavy cavalry unit whose attack ignores enemy armor, making it one of the deadliest units in the game. Now, to gather these relics to get this free attack boost as fast as humanly possible, Lithuanian monasteries do work 20% faster, and to support their heavy cavalry on the battlefield, both Lithuanian spearman line units and their skirmishers can be upgraded to move 10% faster and can be upgraded to get extra pierce armor. I apologize, I'm a little frazzled by all the boar derping out here on JorDan's side of the map. Now, lastly, for the Lithuanians to build a robust economy to support their military endeavors, each town center does give them 100 food for free, and they can also be harder to raid because they can actually upgrade their town centers to have +3 extra range, which does make them outrange a lot of mangonels in the game. So an interesting civ matchup with some pretty cool mirroring here. One that can add a big +5 attack boost to its heavy camels, its cavaliers, its light cavalry. One that can add a +4 potentially attack boost to some of its heaviest hitters, their paladins, their Lechai. One town center that comes with extra range, one town center that comes with extra arrows. This is basically Yasama Towers over here with the extra arrows versus Yupseong Towers with the extra range happening for town centers, I guess. But a pretty cool, somewhat mirrored matchup, and both with fairly interesting... I mean, I'm also thinking about the Pierce armor all of a sudden. The Lithuanian spearman line units and skirmishers both can get at +2 Pierce armor upgraded. The Malians, anything from the barracks in Imperial, +3 Pierce armor for free. So it's a surprisingly interestingly mirrored matchup here. In any event, while the players both go up to Feudal Age at the exact same time, why don't we take an opportunity very quickly to look at their bases? Daniel's primary gold off to the side, I like it. Primary stone also off to the side, I like it. In the forward position, he's got 1, 2, 3 medium-sized forests. That, unfortunately for him, does mean that his southern flank and a little bit in the north also exposed, but more the south. That being said, we'll see how much that actually matters because his forward position does have these forests where his additional resources. He's got some stone in the back, gold in the back. He's got a relic and gold in the back. Oh my god, I called this stone, I called this gold. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's start over. Let's do that Ace Ventura thing where he put me in, coach, that rewind that he does. We've got additional gold to the back, additional stone to the back, a relic to the back, which is going to be very good for our Malian, because the name of the game against the Lithuanians is keep them the hell away from frickin' relics if you can. So that is the Malian base, by the way. Additional Tetris piece of gold here to the front. Let's take a look at our Lithuanian as he also is in Feudal, getting the old double bit axe. Interesting, our Malian going for farming upgrades as well. So primary gold, kind of forward, kind of not. I feel like this is more the forward attack position. So this is off to the side, which I like. Primary stone in a 3 shape off to the back, which I like. Additional gold, both to the north, kind of close to one another, but very exposed. Look at the forests here. He's got also 3 forests, medium size, but they are very far away from his town center. I feel like our Malians' 2 forests are much closer than our Lithuanians. Maybe it just, maybe it's an optical illusion of some kind, but it does seem to me like the Lithuanian forest, also, by the way, in a triangle shape, exposing his entire northern flank. He's got this forest, but what an absolute terrible shape to help defend against any kind of aggression in the forward position. You don't want this forest to be horizontal. You want it either diagonal or vertical, which is why perhaps it is our Lithuanian who's already out with this quicker moving spearman patrolling the forward position of the Malian base. He's seen the stable, he's seen the barracks. If only he makes a few more moves to the left, he'll see the archery range as well. That being said, our Malian has seen the archery range, has seen the barracks, so he's basically seen everything here as more lumberjacks get, what is this, bush B? Always bush B, never bush A. We've got a bit of a train situation developing here as the skirmisher not really able to attack into that wolf, seeing as how the wolf is in his minimum range, but Scout makes quick work, or maybe not quick work. He did manage to take off 4 massive HP points, but 4 Malian Scout units are here. Let's see what they can get done. JorDan is playing this very close to his vest here. He's walled off his... this is walled off here as well. This is not walled off, but there is a spearman. Remember, a quicker moving spearman, but even 1 spearman against 4 scouts might be problematic. Has Blue seen this lumber camp? Yeah, he's seen it. So might want to pivot here to see, hey, is this also walled off? So both players poking and prodding at each other, both have the same ideas, both have the exact same villager count, the exact same army count, army composition. Let's take a look and see if we can notice any risky compositions here. Our Malian going heavy on the scouts, and first kill going to the villager. Manages to get the OG Lithuanian scout, and now no more quicker horsey units for our Lithuanian, who is stuck on 2 spearmen, or rather 2 skirmishers, 5 spearmen to the 5 scouts and 2 skirmishers of his opponent. And this guy's still continuing to patrol, still missing that there's an archery range here, although I think Red is going to find out that there's an archery range as 2 skirmishers start shelling away at his last one. But oh, he realizes he can take this fight. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. I would be very hesitant here as JorDan to engage into this, because you are running into a town center. A town center. Oh, our Malian did not garrison. That could have been very problematic for Red here. He could have lost a second unit. He did manage to rack up a kill. So 1 kill apiece at the moment, as our Lithuanian now takes a 2-to-1 kill count. Kill lead, I should say. And uh-oh, not for long as these scouts surround. Wow, okay. I'm surprised he's so hesitant to engage. I get you're not Georgian, you're not regenerating HP, but if you have to engage into spearmen, might as well engage into them when they're individualed. You know, 1 over here, 1 over there, and there we go. He finally does discover the archery range, but as we know, he knows that we know that he knows that there are already skirmishers on the map. But yeah, I'm a little surprised that our Malian is not engaging into this. I mean, he'll take 36 HP worth of damage and then just send that damage scout to do relic duty. What's your exploration like? You haven't explored really the periphery of the map. And if you can get a unit, actually, you may not even do 36 damage. There are 5 scouts here. I don't think a single one of them is at risk of any kind of death. Uh-oh, speaking of risk of death, skirmishers. Now with only 1 skirmisher, he's going to have to be very careful. This JorDan army, I was going to say, this Lithuanian army, JorDan is housed for a hot second as another house gets plopped down. This Lithuanian army is pretty damn powerful compared to what our Malian has. Kill count 4 apiece. Where's that heroic villager? Are you on berries? Yeah, no, you're not. Are you on farms? Yeah, you are. It's this guy. This is Cincinnatus. He managed to kill as much as he could, commanded the Malian armed forces, and then returned to an idyllic life of farming. Oh, this guy grew up reading tales of Cincinnatus and thinks that he's ballsy enough to take on 2 spearmen and a scout. He is going to discover, much to his chagrin, that he is not. And we'll see. Oh, he does survive to tell the tale. This is going to be a villager that tells his grandkids some very fun stories about how Grandpa went bonko that one day and tried to take on 2 spearmen. Oh, goodness gracious. JorDan losing a few too many scouts here. He's down to 2 scouts. Where are his resources? He must be clicking up to castle. Yeah, there he is, right as our Malian is a minute and a half away. So our Malian, with 2 more villagers, is ahead by around a minute going up to Castle Age. Looks like he managed to pick off a spearman as well. This is what I'm talking about. This is a hit squad if I've ever seen one. I may want to remove this super weak one though. Maybe 6 HP. You don't want to give your opponent an opportunity to get lucky, especially if the one with 6 HP is right in the front. Okay, I got very excited there. The spearman just kind of backing away, trying to lure the scouts into some reinforcements, or rather reinforcements. It looks like the scout here died as well. Who got it? Was it you, Mr. Spearman? Yeah, it's the spearman. Okay. So the villagers have done what they could. No more villager kills. Ooh, okay. That was a very risky time there for JorDan to put down a blacksmith. And he is a minute away. Our Malian is in castle. Let's see what he decides to do. Immediately a monastery. He wants to contest the relics. He does not want the Lithuanian to get that +4 attack on the heavy hitters. So Malian has seen 1 relic, has seen 2 relics. Oh, this is the sourness of scouting. This is why you take that 1 scout with 6 HP and you just take, I guess there's 2 scouts now with very shitty HP. And this is why you send them around the map. Definitely don't want to send them underneath a town center though. Our Lithuanian, how many relics has he seen? 1, 2, 3 of his own. Also, surprisingly, hasn't seen the one that's right next to him, but how sour is that? I love pointing it out when it's this sour. Literally 1 tile away. Okay, maybe blue will notice now if he starts expanding eastward rather. For now, these are now light cavalry units, 80 HP with bloodlines. And of course, when you go cavalry, you got to get that squires upgrade for your infantry. Both of them getting squires at the moment. Pikeman, Bowsaw for our Lithuanian. Okay, so he wants to slow the game down a little bit. He wants to defend his periphery. He's plopped down 2 town centers, 1 on either side, both on stone. Yeah, we know what that means for a Lithuanian. He's got to get his monastery. He's got to start pumping out monks at that 20% faster training time. And he's got to get some of those roided out monks searching for relic, gathering relics ASAP. He must have seen this one now too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 relics have been seen by our Lithuanian. Hasn't seen the one that's here that blue is now taking. Okay. Losing 1 relic to your opponent when you're the Lithuanians is not terrible. 5 scouts have become 4. Is it because this guy? I must have caught that in picture. Somebody died there. Did I see some body here? Denying 1 relic is okay. Because remember, the Lithuanian relic bonus caps out at 4. You need to get more than 1 if you're opposing the Lithuanians. Now, what you do not want to get is scout line units against spearman line units, because these guys now come with a 22 attack bonus against you, even though their HP is shite. This is not a battle that our Malian can take as his monks continue exploring the map. He's going south. He has no clue where he's going. He's finally discovered this relic. Ooh, okay. Monk is probably going to die. Just 3 love taps needed. Oh, that is so sour. He dies right at the last second. Now, because our Lithuanian has not upgraded his scouts to light cav, the attack bonus on the monks remains at a 6, whereas here, for this guy, it's a 10. I think it's a 6, right? 6 or an 8? 6. So he technically needs 3 thrusts of his sword to kill a monk, whereas a light cavalry unit just needs 2. And Gabetos are coming out, and 2 relics. Okay, so our Lithuanian, for now, is going to be capped at +3. Looks like this scout missed an opportunity. 1, 2, and 1 more poke. And he's done. And he gets a villager as well. So, okay, but now he kind of stops the pikeman close. If you let a pikeman close, good luck to the monk trying to convert. Oh my god, he got the conversion. Okay. Okay, now that should not have been that easy. Maybe he is charging up monks still a thing. I think you can't do it against buildings, but can you do it against units? That should not have been that easy. In any event, we've got our first Lithuanian light cavalry unit as he is now adding skirmishers to the mix. So JorDan again housed for the second time that I've seen this game. That is not good. And look how long it's taking him to get this house. I mean, he's sending 4 villagers, now 5 villagers actually, as blue begins flexing the Malian muscle here. 791 stone. He's already got a castle. He's already got Gebetos out on the map. They are engaging into pikemen, which they are absolutely going to slaughter. Although the pikemen are doing a good job zoning out these light cavalry units. And by the way, the pikeman's going to discover the villagers. Oh, that is very sour. He's going to see that the villager is moving forward, but dies right as the other villagers enter into here, into the line of sight. Although, speaking of line of sight, Daniel, not exactly moving in the most stealthily of manners, decides, hey, you know what? I know you've seen me. I'm just going to put down the castle. What the hell can I do at this point? Look at this guy guarding the relic that the monk tried to bring, as now a Lithuanian monk moves forward. He's going to try to convert the Gebeto. She runs away, gets the hell out of here. Will she get converted? Nope. She escapes the laser-pointed sniper line, is what I want to call it. 2 relics apiece is not bad. So our Malian has denied a relic, but unfortunately, our Lithuanian is on the verge of getting a +3 attack for free added to his heavy cavalry. Right as these Gebetos are running around, 5 kills. I'm assuming a lot of that is in the pikemen. 11 villagers on stone for our Lithuanian as the first castle comes up. I love the location. 1 villager on stone for Daniel because he's already got his 2 castles up. More and more Gebetos are being trained. Let's take a look at their upgrades as they throw their Kapingas in the air. +1 attack and armor only as they throw their Kapingas in the air. There we go. There we go. So all is right in the universe. It looks like the red monk did get sniped by who? The Gebeto or the light cav? Both of them have 1 kill. Let's see if it's economic. No. No? Okay, so we'll have seen that in picture, but right now I'm not too sure which of those 2 units killed that monk, if any of them. Maybe the monk just decided to kill himself, realizing that he is facing 2 crazy units. And it looks like our Malian, in an interesting turn of events, is going to have 3 relics to 2. So our Lithuanian is not only getting attacked left, right, and center, literally left, right, and center, but he's also starting to lose some of the shine that his heavy cavalry units might have later on, as a bunch of elite skirmishers engage into a Gebeto. Now, this guy has, this unit, sorry, has a, as I mentioned, 0 base armor of any kind. So the skirmisher should do a decent job. It also has very weak HP. Okay, skirmishers. Did they all die? What the hell happened to the skirmishers? Where did they run away to? Okay, now they're picking off monks, it looks like. And he's got ballistics, and JorDan is heading up to Imperial. Okay. Light cavalry bites the dust after trying to get a villager kill. Looks like a few villagers did go down here, rather at least 1. But this Gebeto hit squad is just not leaving. It is poking in. It is prodding. We've seen a few days ago MBL, the Norwegian sniper. Looks like JorDan is trying to contest the title here. Uh-oh. These mangoes are not going to make it very far. Let's see if they even get a shot off. No, they don't. Daniel choosing the worst possible time to engage with those mangonels, as a few converted pikemen do bite the dust in front of these farms, littering the farms with their dead bodies. A second castle we saw going up. So, okay, he's getting hill forts. So now we'll see the range. Where's a good town center to look? Let's keep an eye out on the red line here. In 3, 2, 1, watch it expand. Boom. Look at that extra range. 3 tiles in each direction is absolutely crazy, which means that these mangonels are no longer a threat. Why? Look at the range on the mangonels. 7 compared to the town center's 9. And that is just an absolute security blanket for our Lithuanian, who wants to get his economy up and running and wants to stop this annoying flow of Gebetos. 9 kills, 4 of them economic. It is so annoying to have to deal with a hit squad right when you're trying to get your economy up and running. Looks like I missed that this archery range got converted as well. What are monks? I'm hearing monks. I don't see. Oh, he's converting the building. That's why I don't see it. Sorry, you guys. It does take me a while on a big 2K monitor to sometimes see things. But look at that. Our Lithuanian infrastructure is just being gobbled up. But he's in Imperial. Daniel is nowhere freaking close unless he's skewed Imperial behind these 4 villagers. He is nowhere close to going up. Now, unfortunately for our Lithuanian, his army count is nowhere close to being where it has to be. And these Gebetos can snipe Trebs pretty damn quickly because theirs is a melee attack. So 10 plus 2 is melee, which means that the trebuchets are going to have to be guarded by these few Lechai quite closely. Another town center. So JorDan has taken 9 villager kills, but his economy is kind of not terrible. And this is the thing with the mangonels. You can't engage underneath the town center anymore because the town center will snipe you. Oh, he doesn't even manage to get a skirmisher. Yikes. I like what JorDan has done here, by the way. With the hill forts upgrade, he's now narrowed where the Gebetos can engage in. They've basically got this area to engage in, and that's it. But our Malian is just building infrastructure all around our Lithuanian base. And look at... okay. Daniel is doubling down in Castle Age for the next little while because he just needs 250 more food and he can go up to Imperial himself. Will this castle survive, he asks, right as the castle falls into a huge pile of dust and detritus. And let's see what these Gebetos can do now. I mean, look at the mini-map. I'm going to zoom out. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. Red is just having his expansion options narrowed and eliminated. There's light cavalry to the south. There's Gebetos yet again with battering rams to the north. I'm surprised these 4 battering rams didn't try to engage into here. Put some Gebe... I think you can put Gebetos inside the battering ram. Lechai move forward. 3 monks are here to greet them. What will happen? Oh, a traffic jam. Converted Lechai. Latus does die. Another converted Latus does die as well. And now we're getting camel riders for our Malian. Is he going to contest this with Farimba camels? Please. Let's see fully upgraded. I mean, you can't see +4. Oh, no. Wait a second. Our Lithuanians lost control of his relics. For a hot second, I see he's got one back. Okay, he rebuilt the monastery. Now, at most, our Lithuanian can get now is the equivalent of blast furnace on these Lechai, because the Lithuanians, number 1, don't get blast furnace. That would just be way too unfair with the relic bonus. But he also is controlling a maximum of 2 relics at the moment as his army gets converted. That's a lot of Lechai. 2 of them, possibly a 3rd, and they're going straight for the monks, straight for the siege. But now they're engaging underneath a castle. Looks like there's more happening here. Those light cavalry made a complete Magellan loop-the-loop around the southern horn of the base. I mean, JorDan's stats are not great. He's down 27 army count. He's down 23 villagers. He's securing this location with a beautiful anchor castle to give him access to this gold. His score is technically ahead. The kill count, he's down by 1. Look how many villagers our Malian has killed. 28. That is basically the difference between the Lithuanian villager count and the Malian, which means if JorDan had just raided as much as his opponent, he would have as many villagers, but maybe he would be dead because if he was using his entire army to raid, there'd be nothing at home to defend. Heavy camels. Yes. Yes. Let's absolutely see it. Elite Lechai. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to predict anything because, as I say every single game, when I predict something, the exact opposite happens. But wouldn't it be great? Oh my god, wouldn't it be great if we got to see heavy camel riders fully upgraded, fully decked out, just missing the last armor upgrade, which our Lithuanian has. He's missing the last attack upgrade. Wouldn't it be something? Now that Nilly's apartment cup is over, now that we're missing the taste of blood in our mouth and the sight of dead bodies and viscera everywhere, if we could get to see Elite Lechai taking on Farimba heavy camels. I mean, look at that attack, a 14 attack before a bonus is even factored in. So this Lechai right now attacks on a 19, which is not great. Wait a second, what happened to iron casting? I thought JorDan was getting iron casting. He's housed yet again for a third time this game that I've noticed. Probably have been more instances of it, but he's housed yet again. And for a long ass time. And he's losing houses? I mean, this is just absolutely terrible. Okay, this castle is going to give him a nice 20 population boost, but it hasn't even started to be constructed yet. That's a better way to say that. He hasn't even started constructing it just yet. In come the Lechai. They attack on a 19. Gabetos with their 12 attack. How much melee armor do these guys have? 5 melee armor, so they take 7 damage. But the camel's 14 attack. Let's do the math. 14 minus 5 is 9, and then you add on top of that 18. So 27 damage done, where the Lechai does 19. So the stronger unit attack-wise is the camel, but the Lechai do come with more armor. And they themselves pack a punch, 19. Anyway, I won't do the math. I won't get into the nitty-gritty. I'm just going to sit back and hope that we get to see an absolute epic conclusory battle here as the Lechai now pivot to the south. So Blue's infrastructure is getting cleared out. JorDan, despite being down villagers, despite being down army, has clawed his way back up to 185 population. And by the way, 185, pretty damn good population, even though he's getting a whole bunch of upgrades for his halberdiers and he's training skirmishers and blah, blah, blah. He's got 46 Lechai, and now we're getting elite Gabetos. Converted Lechai, Letis figures. You know what? There's not much I'm going to do. Let's explore. Let's see if we can pick anything off. Surprised the Lechai here aren't attacking the stable as the camels move in. Now, you guys know I absolutely think camels are some of the worst raiding units in the game, but not when they attack on a 14. Though, against... What is the attack bonus of a halberdier against the camel? This is not something we see very often. 28? 26. Yeah, they're not going to survive very long against these halberdiers. We'll keep an eye on that. Camel's not going to survive very long as... Oh, no. The train of the Malian army gets discovered. 4 rams get got immediately as a monk, and 3 villagers are also going to bite the dust here. A good pickup for our Lithuanian, who is beginning to circle. Does he finally have iron casting? Yes, he does. So these Lithuanian Lechai are upgraded as far as they possibly can be with a 20 attack. The camels upgraded as far as they possibly can be. Both players getting hoardings, making their chunky castle just a little bit chunkier. Hoardings is like the Thanksgiving dinner of Age of Empires. It makes you a little bit stockier, a little bit heavier, a little bit harder to tip over if your family is into fighting and tipping over. And here we go. Here we go, he says, all excited as nothing happens. A bombard moves to the left. Okay, why do you have to engage underneath a castle? Don't do this to us. We've waited 48 minutes. Don't you dare do this to us, JorDan, Daniel. I mean, this castle is in no jeopardy of going down, but this is so annoying to have half the battle behind a castle. I don't want to watch outlines. I want to watch units. Come on. Is it bad of me to say I want this castle to fall just so that we can see the battle? For some reason, half of the Lechai engage into the camels. What the hell was the point of that? Engaging into camels uphill? He loses a whole bunch of Lechai. He's down to 44. He's getting 10 more. And finally, the battle is joined after how many little over the pants touching? We're finally getting to see some action. The Lechai are doing as much as they can. The Gabetos on the high ground are having their way with this. 26 kills so far, but more reinforcements stream in from the right side. And I mean, I know that our Malian looks like he's taking this. I don't know who came out on top in terms of cost effectiveness here, but what an absolute disaster for our Lithuanian at the end of the day. Stop streaming in individual units. Halberdiers to the left, taking a bit of a smoke break before jumping in. Villagers, you need to be inside the castle. Add some more arrows. Gabetos sniping Trebs. Like I said, melee attack versus Treb means no Treb. I mean, JorDan. JorDan has Byzantine this area up nice and good. He's clogged up the works with all of his units. The problem is he hasn't dealt with 26 Gebetos. Up to 35 kills. Literally nothing else happening anywhere else on the map. JorDan is ahead villager count. He's down half the army supply though. And this castle is now being repaired by a lot fewer villagers. Never mind. This is a lot of villagers to send when you've only got 200 stone to repair. It looks like our Malian says enough's enough. I'm going to just start pulling you apart because I see you're streaming in individual units, which tells me you may not necessarily have the resources to build up a massive army while I have a massive army. So let's push you in a different direction and see what happens. Let's see if Humpty Dumpty does fall over the wall. This bombard cannon being zoned out by the block printing monk is absolutely epic. Both of them with 12 range. Neither one can engage into the other without some good luck, random generation luck, bombard ball luck. I mean, these Gebetos having a field day, 48 kills. Camels, how many kills do they have? 9 kills at this point, 4 of them economic. We'll keep an eye on what they can do. The real story though here is what the hell do you do against this massed clump of Gebetos and heavy camel riders behind them? I guess you keep training halberdiers. That's not terrible. I mean, if you can meat shield with the halberdiers and let the Lechai close. The Gebeto has 40 HP, 50 HP, sorry, now that it's elite. With a 20 attack underneath a castle, 3 shots from the Lechai. I mean, this is just ridiculous what's happening here. Why is the castle so focused on this one latest? And why the hell is he evading? Red has ballistics. Why is this latest not taking any damage? What the hell happened to ballistics? What is happening? Some arrows are going left, some arrows are going right. It makes no sense to me. Look at the killing field in front of this Malian army. But JorDan is building a last measure army here. He looks like he is pushing out. No, never mind. That is Mother Nature pushing out with a wolf. Latus gets activated with his 13 HP. Oh my god, if he kills a bombard cannon, that's going to be the most sour thing we've seen yet. Does manage to die. Finally, the castle is going to go down. It looks like he's buying stone. This is a very bad engagement for our Lithuanian. Although I say very bad, there's a couple of bombard cannons. Not too sure why they're so gun shy about moving forward here. I think they could have gotten at least one more ball off each. But all of a sudden, the forward position of our Lithuanian is overrun entirely. There is not a single military unit here. He is streaming halberdiers. He's trying to stop these camels from reaching the ooey gooey deliciousness that is the bombard cannon in the center of his base. Good attack rounds there, if that's what that was, or you attack a unit if that's what that was. The Gebeto's up to 89 kills. Wow, I mean, as much as I want to say the amazing battle between the camels and the Lechai, I mean, it was amazing. Who's kidding who? If you're watching this, you have to agree that those two battles were amazing, especially after so much, like I said, a little bit of touching, a little bit of soft kisses here and there, and finally, bam! They got together in the center there. I mean, look at the bodies; they're still there. But the real heroes so far appear to be these Gebetos, who are now up to 90 kills. They're gonna add up a few, 5 or 6 more right now as they one-shot. Are they enough to one-shot the Lechai? Looks like it. Up to 96 kills. A forest of halberdiers is going to meet these cavalry units out of our Malian. By the way, look at the attack on the light cavalry, and also 14. You can see why their cavaliers have a higher attack than a paladin with that +5 for Rimba, but what the hell do you do? How do you engage into these Gebetos, who are now up to 100 kills? Why the hell not? Make it 200, make it 300. JorDan, he's down 26 army count. He's ahead 6 villagers. Both players supply capped at the full 200. A converted skirmisher for a hot second tries to get something done. Camels here eviscerating more villager lines. I mean, JorDan's out of food. He's got 800 gold. He's got nothing he can do with that gold. He is pushing out to the north. I wonder if this is the right move to send your Lechai right through a gauntlet of light cavalry, where, by the way, our Malian has set up perfectly for raids to the north. but the more you send your army to the other side, the more this Malian main army group pushes in. 3 trebs, you've got nothing to deal with this, and he is just going to keep building a meat shield. Daniel, with 76 villagers, is happy to send light cav after light cav to his death. Theirs is not to question why, theirs is but to ride and die as these Gabetos pick everything. 118 kills. I mean, that was just comical. Camels close in. Gabetos 120 kills, 122 kills. Oh man, I wish my channel subscriber growth went up as quickly as these kills on the Gabetos. That would just be epic. But it looks like blue yet again with these stables to the north is okay, exploring Jack Nothing up here, but is raiding a few of the villagers to the center. An hour into the game, our Lithuanian army is all trash with the exception of 10 hand cannoneers. Okay, there you go. I mean, they're busy attacking light cavalry. Oh, 84 kills. Their numbers have been cut in half. Where were these cannon units, these hand cannoneers 20 minutes ago? Oh no, now he's getting his gold. Is this his last gold, by the way? Yeah, this is his last gold mine, it looks like, by the numbers. And now look at this. Your south has been cracked open. You're putting up an emergency town center to the south. But yeah, no surprise there. Holy moly, does our Malian army absolutely take every engagement in the game. And these Gabetos, MVP, par none. I don't care if it was raiding earlier on in the game, if it was sniping villagers, if it was taking down skirmishers, all the way to their fantastic performance. Oh, goodness gracious, where was it? Somewhere here, I think, right? So much infrastructure has fallen. Where the hell was that, those 2 epic battles? Yeah, the castle was here. That one annoying Latus was running up and down, avoiding. I mean, that was an absolute... That castle could have gotten 4 or 5 Gabetos instead of targeting that one Latus. But over here, they have just absolutely crushed this game, these Gabetos, and they ultimately do end with 91 kills, which I guess is lower because half of them did ultimately die. What an incredible fun game. I love games where both players go full balls to the wall aggression in Imperial with their heaviest of heavy units. In this case, Camels with +5 for Rimba versus Lechai with... I guess at the end of the day, just +2 added because he only controlled 2 relics. So Daniel just making all the right moves in this game, absolutely overwhelms his opponent from the very first castle he placed. I was a little, you know, I tilted my head a little bit in some slight confusion as to why it was such a defensive castle. But I guess he just wanted a hub where he could just send Gabetos out to the north, to the south. And look at the mini-map. Our Lithuanian settlement is just under attack everywhere. And Daniel channeling his inner Mr. Yo with the Hydra level attack absolutely overwhelms. And JorDan just, he's got decent resources, but not enough to fight on 4 fronts. Yikes. 149 light cav, 165 halberdiers, PKPM right at the beginning, PKPM right at the end. What do we think the economies? Can't be too different, right? No, my goodness. Oh, what am I saying? Can't be too different. JorDan was down significantly for the majority of the game, and especially in this part, only recently started catching up in villagers, but all of the resources going to the Malian, including relic gold. That is basically how you do it against the Lithuanians. 24 conversions out of an army count of 354 is what? 6%? 7%? Somewhere between somewhere around 6 and 7% of the Lithuanian army was converted, which is pretty good for an hour-long game. That's 24 free units. And by the way, we're not talking about spearmen and militia units. We're talking about Lechai. 24 free Lechai is not a bad not a bad conversion count. 459 kills to 346. So Daniel is just ahead in every single metric. 94 villager kills to 9. Literally 10 times more villager kills because he's just... Look at the minimap. He's controlled this entire game from minute 1. And even though, yeah, originally they were poking into each other's bases with those weak Feudal Age units, Daniel plopped so much infrastructure up here to the north. He put up so much infrastructure here, even though JorDan at one point, at one shining brief moment, I should say for one shiny brief moment, looked like he was pushing out. He got the infrastructure everywhere. I believe there was even a castle here. Guys, sometimes these games go too long. Sometimes, especially when they have epic battles, I feel like my brain is like in high school and university. You know, you study for an exam, you're an absolute expert in microeconomics, you're an absolute expert in cellular biology or engineering or whatever the hell the exam is in. And then 20 minutes after the exam is over, you turn into Homer Simpson. You're like scratching your heads like, what's 1 + 1? I don't know. The exam's over. That's kind of sometimes with these big battles, my brain focuses so much into this that sometimes I forget if there was a castle here. I know for sure there was a siege workshop, or maybe this is the siege workshop. I don't know. And anyway, rambling aside, our Lithuanian expanded nicely into the backwards position, but in doing so, just, I mean, look at the mini map. Look at the map. Just gave our Malian way too much control. Our Malian be using that gold miner bonus, just 10% more gold. Ultimately gets all 4 of the resources, gets 3 of the relics, despite our Lithuanian having the faster working monastery. And wow, Daniel, for a moment there, it looked like he was in trouble when JorDan hit Imperial, but JorDan just didn't push out strong enough. Daniel had an opportunity to come back because, again, the entire game, he's had just an army supply lead over and over again. He could take 5, 6, 7 more engagements and still come out on top at the end of the day, even though, again, like I said, the latest, one of the strongest units in the game, one of the most annoying units in the game to deal with. But how epic were those 2 or 3 battles? I'm going to say 2 or 3 because before the first battle started, like I said, they were kind of like touching each other, kind of like playing like, oh, no, you, no, you. And then finally, after 5 or 6 little contacts, they bumped into each other and did the nasty up here in these in the hills, alone in the hills, which do not have eyes. And with those hillless eyes and with the Gabetos that were just the absolute MVP in every respect, from sniping, from mobility, from supporting the heavy camels, everything and anything you could possibly do, this one class of unit got more than a quarter of the kills of the entire civilization here in this game. It is Daniel who is victorious, but GG in a super fun matchup to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.